Hello everyone, how are you? Hope you're doing well. Welcome to Level 11 True Crime. Today we are going to be talking about the University of Idaho and do actions speak louder than their words? Alright, so let's get into it. Let's see here. Oh, I hit the wrong button, you guys. There you are. Hello, everyone. Let me get chat up. There's a lot going on here. There really is. I have chat up. There we are. Hi, Wildfire. Good to see everyone. Laura Williams, Dixie Bishop. My chair is squeaking. I know. Hi, Karen Guy. Riding solo. All my Level 11 family, I love you guys. I am so happy you are here. So, hi Jenny. Wow, like the last few videos of research have triggered a few people. Yes, Interior Family Studios, shout out to you for our pinned comment, which is, let's start off with that. Did you know the President Scott Green of the University of Idaho released a book even before trial? Almost like King Kratz in the Stephen Avery case, who wrote a book. The difference is Scott Green released his book before the case is even prosecuted. Right? Let's look at the book. Okay, hold on. Let me get it on the screen for you guys. All right, so y'all can't make it up. Chat cam down. Oh, it's going to do this whole thing. Hold on. There we go. All right. Yes. Scott Green's co-authored book. It's not just released to the university. It's a national release. And it's introducing the University President's Crisis Handbook in bookstores nationwide. Order yours now. Should we order ours, you guys? When I click this, it takes me here. Okay. Let's refresh. All right. So this is at the Vandal store, but it's in all kinds of book stores as well. And it says, by popular demand, our president is sharing his perspective on management through periods of intense turmoil and difficulty. University of Idaho President C. Scott Green and author Temple Kenyon deliver a one-of-a-kind perspective on what helped Green shepherd the U of I sheep. Oh, I'm sorry. Let me reread that. I misread. What helped Green shepherd the U of I through years of deep deficits and the COVID-19 pandemic. The book speaks to you of the spirit of the University of Idaho in solemnity as well as perseverance. It speaks to our dedication to change and celebrates our success. And true to our mission, it is a handbook that educates leaders, not just presidents, and provides various tactics and explanations that have you maneuver a crisis successfully. Now, let's go down here. You'll also discover, all right, now he's alleging that he has survived 3 crises. 3. That's what the whole book is about. 3 crises. You'll also discover explorations of strategic touchstones leading to U of I's transformation, student success, pursuit of R1 Carnegie Research classification leading to soaring grant awards and narrative control. You like that? Narrative control. I love that word, right? That you like to hear narrative control anytime there's a crisis. Yeah, okay. Number 2, how the university and its community supported itself in the face of a tragedy and outrageous crime against 4 of its students. So, how much of this? Oh, let's see. $35. Is that what that is? Let's blow that up on the screen. Per book. Scott Green, I have a question. How much of your $35 are going to the victims of the IDAHO4 parents? Huh? You're making money off of their demise. We haven't even had a trial. Anybody thinking the same thing I am? Or is it just me that the words too soon play a huge role? But Scott Green, I'm just wondering, did you think it might have been too soon when you tore down the house? When you destroyed the property that is the largest piece of evidence in this crime before trial? I'm just wondering, because, you said you tore down the house because it was all about needing to heal, right? But yet, you're publishing a book about it and making money off of it. Ay. So, he's got a golden heart here. Golden heart. Making $35 off of a book that talks about how let's see, what is he saying? It's about, controlling the narrative during crisis. Things that make you go, Oh, my lordy. By the way, you guys, stop in. We're going to be reading tonight at 8 p.m. U.S. Central Time, the Stephen Avery, Kathleen Zelder argument, right, that was posted on, I believe it was the 12th of January. We're on part 2, but if you go to that video, there is a link to part 1. We're doing it late night because Stephen Avery case is not something we can just do a 30-minute live and bring you up to speed on. It ain't going to happen. So for those of you that are into Stephen Avery, that's what we're going to be working on. All right. Hello. How's everybody doing? I got to grab something real quick here. Make sure I have this right. So just give me a second. That. Yeah. All right. Hey, Joyful and Beverly Ward, Interior Family Studio. Herman says, I wonder how many books he has already sold. I wonder too. So you guys, I have to give you this. All right. First, let's read some comments, and then we're going to get into the triggered trolls. Ooh, yeah, get ready because we're going to be screaming with our goat. I'm going to show you what it is if you're new, because some of you were like, why are you screaming in the mic? I'm not. That's not me. So we'll introduce you to one of our mascots. Wildfire says, I'll be back as soon as possible. I'm listening on my phone while driving. That is a dedicated mod. That is not asked to do of her. She just does that. Hey, Carolyn, fourth caught alive. Daniela Almond says, save yourself the $35 and just buy the 1 Minute Manager by Blanchard and Johnson book instead. Beverly Ward stated he never lived at 1122 King Queen Road, and that is probably true because his parents owned a lot of different properties, and that was one of his parents' rentals, from what I find. Hi, Nettie. Kim House says, wow, making profit off of these beautiful individuals. And I'm going to add, not just off the individuals, but off the crime itself. Okay, so Royal Flush says, this book tells me all I need to know about Comer Scott Green, in my opinion. So, you guys, let me just say this, all right? There are those that are like, so what? Everybody in a small town happened to go to the same university and they stayed in their hometown, and now they're the judge or they're the attorney or they're the prosecution. And what is your point? Because, I have a point. So, here's a different scenario for those of you that can't follow my simple connections that I broke down in several videos. Maybe you just need to make it. I need to be much more clear in what I'm saying. So, let's pretend for a minute. Here's the scenario. You had a problem and went to a doctor and they did you wrong, and you are theoretically, in this hypothesis, suing this doctor. You're suing him because he did you so wrong. Then you have a heart attack and you get taken to the ER, and there's only one surgeon available. One. If he operates on you and you die, he's going to look like crap. Highly suspicious. Doctor kills a man suing him. There's your headline, right? So, that's why we have what's called a conflict of interest. Because it is not going to help either individual if there's a pre-existing motive to self-preserve or to cause harm. If there is a motive or even a suspicion of a motive, even if there isn't one, even if this doctor is there to save your life and going to do a beautiful job, he should not touch you because it's a conflict of interest. 4 U of I students are murdered on university campus. Even though it's not in a dorm, it's still in their terrain with their university cops, their university law enforcement. One of the parents said he paid for his kid to go to college and she returned in a box. Okay? So you can't deny it. They have a connection directly to the 4. Next. Completely separate point. Their town and livelihood of their community is based and is in existence. So their monetary gain comes from positive PR work of their community to make people want to come in. Second motive. Maybe, right? Just saying. Next, if by any chance at all, if wild speculation that any student of that university committed this crime in any way, shape, or form, they would have another motive. Right? A third motive. Not just 1, 2, or 3. They may have 3 motives right here that I'm spewing out of my mouth as to why to cover it up. Now, they're making money off of a book that the university president has written. $35 a book. Okay? They've torn down the house before trial. covering and burying the evidence. Talking about burying and suppressing evidence. Oh my God. Outlandish. Never heard of it in my life. Blatant for everybody to watch. So now I have a problem with the defense. So why didn't the defense stop it? Then I look at it and I'm like, oh, and the defense did not recommend that their own client press for a speedy trial. Nope. Nor change of venue. I have three strikes against the defense. So I look it up. Oh, she went to the same damn college. In my book, she's got 3 strikes. Her common ground, the university. Then, I'm looking at the way the judge is denying everything. Why is there not a court order to have the 3 DNA, unknown male DNA samples tested? Why is there no court order? Bill Thompson, you're the prosecutor. Aren't you wanting to make sure you got the right guy before you invest the world into it? And Comer Scott Green, you're going to look like shit with this book doing all this. Look how successful we are. We can tell you how to do your shit right if Brian Kohlberger is found innocent. Your book, you have a lot of refunds to give because that's not successful for you. I'm just saying, you must be pretty damn sure that he's going to get found guilty to be able to pre-release the book before trial, tear down the house before trial. So, you can get in the DMs, or not DMs, but in the posts down below. And you can be like, so are you saying because everybody got a college degree in that town at the same place that they're all going to ruin their career? I'm saying it's sus as hell. It's sus as hell. And I'm calling it out. You can form your own opinion. I'm calling it out. I'm shouting it out. They all went to U of I. Prosecution, the judge, the defense, and not one of them seems to be doing their job properly. Guess what? Chief Fry went to University of Idaho too. And he's got all these acclimates because he went to the FBI and got all this yellow brick road training. But yet, look, we got this little 2.5-year rookie guy that's, about 5 foot, running around, doing all this, in charge of everything. A national case, quadruple homicide. Yeah, y'all got it going on. I don't know why we would doubt you. You lie to us. Say, oh, everybody was sleeping in the house. Everybody. The victims. Everybody was sound asleep. No, okay, wait a minute. April Fool's Day, we have defense wounds on some of the victims. 1 or 2 aren't in their bed. Yeah, well, roommates, yeah, fully awake. Actually might have saw something. Yeah. You sure? Because how do we go from no witness to a witness after we have a suspect? See, it's kind of like if you could tell me you saw a bushy-eyed guy that fit the suspect's description before he's in the picture and you know what he looks like. It has a lot more validation to it, credibility. But now we've got this whole, Brady, and I can't say that other word. I think it's Giglio, whatever. Somebody's like, it's an important word. And they posted, 18 paragraphs about how I don't know shit. And I'm like, whatever. What this basically means is an investigator in the case that could affect the outcome of the trial, whether the suspect is considered guilty or innocent, is under investigation. And you want to come on my chat as a troll and make all these wild statements about I don't know shit. Who don't know shit? Y'all don't know shit. Y'all don't know how to do your damn job. First of all, why are you getting there? The very first law officials are getting there 4 hours after it's been reported as a homicide? I'm not a detective. I'm not an investigator. I'm not a lawyer. I'm not a doctor. I'm a mom. And it don't matter what you say in your comment that's all snotty and ugly to me. Because I know I'm damn sure smart enough to get my ass to my job if there is a quadruple homicide before they start processing the crime scene. But he's qualified to do it. He's qualified to do it. What do you guys feel? What are your thoughts? Joyful says there's a lot of bushy-eyed people out there and Brian can't be the only one. Dreamweaver says you're naughty, bad trolls. You need to stay in the dark tunnels. Royal Flush. When was the last time, I won't say that, I'll say Scott Green was on Linda Lane. I can't call him daddy. That's disgusting. Susan Roscoe said, what does anyone know? What's going on? What can we do? Deborah Martina Lewis says, you go, Mama D, tell them as it is because you make a total lot of sense. Thank you. You know, I want to talk to my beautiful Starlights and 1111 families. You guys are incredible. You are truly some of the smartest people I know. And I want you to know the trolls that we have been getting have been telling me where we need to stay focused. Because it's kind of like once you're in true crime a long time, the more you get trolled, the more you realize you've struck the nail on the head. You're in the right direction. Keep going. Push harder. So the more we get trolled about a specific subject, such as the university or Mr. Green in the library, right? Or maybe frat kids, right? Or roommates. Wherever the area is, as a creator, that we get hit the hardest. If you've had, you know, a little experience in the kitchen, the YouTube kitchen, you'll realize when you start cooking up the right recipe, where everything fits together and it starts making sense, and you can follow it down, this little neat path, and everything that even starts coming into view is like, oh yeah, that now makes sense. Oh, that makes sense. Oh, that makes sense. That's all well and good. But when the trolls come out and they try to discredit you by picking at the way your eyes are or your ears or something you say, or they like to do grammar. They went off on a teacher. Yeah, the teacher was like, I try to teach my kids this, and she was meaning that you can't always trust everybody. Get your parents, get a lawyer, so forth. The person went off and cut and pasted the same comment 26 times. So I got to report him 26 times for spam. They went off on this teacher saying, you teach the children of your school about murder, you sicko pervert, blah, 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 blah. Yeah. You know, we're going to get trolled. But what that tells me is you're trying to distract us from wanting to go down this path, right? But see, I've been there. Because the divine was like, in 2000, in 2005, right? The Teresa Halbach murder took place. And I was at like the ground central near the area. And we had a prison getting built near us. And they were going to put Stephen Avery in our prison. And I was like, oh, hell no, I don't want no prison. Look, they're going to put murderers in our prison. We don't want a prison. So I fought. Don't put the prison in. I lost. We got a prison. And they put Steve Avery in there. And then he was going to be released. And I freaked out. I was like, oh my God, they're releasing a convicted murderer in our where I shop for my groceries. Oh yeah, so I dug in. I was like, what I got to do to figure out why they're letting this guy go. And then I learned all about it. And I was like, oh my God. Oh my God. He started, all of it came out. All of it came out. And then Man got made. And I was like, there it is. But then I got the real scoop of the names of the people that I had been hearing about. I'd hear about this person did this through the locals. And this person said this cop did this and this cop did that. And da-da-da. But I never heard a name. And then Man came out and the names started flooding. And we were able to Google and get into it. And we found out how incredibly corrupt the shit went up the ladder all the way to the top. And I'm saying to the very damn top. Janet Reno, Attorney General of the United States, came to Wisconsin behind closed doors with our Attorney General. And there was a write-up, and Janet Reno she talked about targeting. Sorry, I have an implant that I'm trying to get used to. Not implant, but chompers. She was talking about how you cannot target a suspect during an investigation. That you must do your due diligence on all evidence, regardless of what you think, what you feel. Does not matter if you are a law official. It's not about your thoughts, your opinion, none of it. If the evidence is there, it needs to be tested. That was Janet Reno telling that to Peg Lautenschlager over here that was denying Stephen Avery any of that. Any of it. So it went up to the top. And we're going to see it again. I predict we will see it again. I predict. And this isn't like a psychic prediction. This is a Stephen Avery do-over. They're using the same blueprint. And that's why I brought the two channels together. The Stephen Avery stuff over here. Because it's about time y'all see this isn't the first time around the block here with this same blueprint of how you take like Richard Allen or Brian Kohlberger or Stephen Avery or Finkel or Bam Bennett, and you run the same exact MO, mode of operation, okay? And they literally build the case after they have the suspect. Number one clue, the case all changes the day they get the suspect. Times, places, people, witnesses, it all changes. Evidence changes. Everything as soon as they get the suspect. Not before. Nope. They wipe the slate clean and now they're like, where were you? At what time? On what day? Okay. All right. That's what we're going to go with. Right? Then it's like their star witness is also somebody that could have been technically an accomplice. They're not like totally in the clear. They're always kind of like you got to side-eye them a little bit. You're like, wait a minute. How do I know you didn't do it? And it's like, oh, that's a weird little pattern, right? And then it's always interesting because it's like everybody in the courtroom except the defendant all work together all the time. All the time. All the time. Because it's a public defender that gets the same funding from the same little box as the prosecution. And they all have drinks and coffee and laugh all year around. You're the new guy as a defendant. You're the outsider. And there's always this little cult boy club behind the scenes this little cultish like voice scene behind it where, you know, the PCAs are all screwed up. Like these two detectives entered a completely white room. This one saw a black pillow. This one saw a white pillow. What? Doesn't matter. The green guy did it. They both say the same thing. The green guy did it. Whatever. You get me. In the Steve Avery case, I believe it's Christine Rudy's remains. I don't even believe Teresa Halbach was killed. I don't believe she was real. I'll go to my dying bed feeling like they reached over through the anthropologist that was shared between the two, who had custody of Christine Rudy's bones at the very same time as she was supposed to be looking at Teresa Halbach's bones. And not once in that court did the prosecution ever say, these are Teresa Halbach's bones. All they'd call them was human. Why? Because I don't believe they were Teresa's. That's why. Yeah, join us tonight. It's going to get hysterically long. I say hysterically because I get ramped up in that. Yeah, from making a murderer. You're right, Interior. I should have went into that. Dodging Bullets says, I believe Bobby and Scott flagged H down and took her to the campsite. A lot of people believe that. There's a lot of people that believe that. I mean, you know I could talk about the Stephen Avery case for days, but we want to stay on the IDAHO4 right now. Something is stinky. I agree, Lucy Lou. Yes, Interior's right. Stephen Avery is a Wisconsin case where I live. Karma Libra, hello. Welcome to 1111 Tarot. So, you know, we have a college president making money before we even have a guilty party for the murders off of the crisis itself. $35 a book. How do you feel as a parent knowing that? I can't imagine as a parent how I would feel. They have not even come to a judgment on actually who did the crime, and you're going to write it off as my child's death as a success for you? Are you fucking kidding me? My child's death, you're writing a book about it as a success? And yet you're trying to say that you tore down the biggest piece of evidence because you have a heart and you want people to heal. Please. We're not stupid. And you might be able to shepherd your U of I people, but you're sure the fuck not going to shepherd my people because we are not sheep. We individually have our own opinion, and though we may agree to disagree from time to time, we can sure see when somebody's making money off the victims by writing a book. And it happened on your watch. If you were the babysitter and something happened to the child that they died and they're still looking, you know, at different people and going to have a trial, and you wrote a book about your success of dealing with it, the world would be outraged. But this dude can write a book, and because he has some sort of a degree and he's labeled a president, everybody's supposed to go, oh, it's okay. No, I'm offended. And it takes a lot to offend me. Okay, this is the screaming goat I told you all about. And I know there's a few of you that hate it. But the majority of us realize that this case and other cases causes a great deal of frustration. And so we're going to use our mascot, the goat. This is Billy, to release and transmute the negative energy that we feel. This is Billy. Ready? You have formally been introduced. Born Pack Rat says, let him go on a book tour and watch people tear him apart. You never know. So, I don't know, y'all. My mind is blown that this is even happening. Hi, Nicola Moody. How are you? Creta Sign. Good to see you. Daniela and Dreamweaver. Tiffany Crockett. Gemini65 says, we need him. Hi, Katie Bug. How are you, love? So I have been doing a lot of research and sharing my videos with y'all. So tonight, I thought I'd come on and do the camera so that y'all know I'm still here. Somebody's was in the comments, they were like, this is an AI film. I'm like, I am not AI. Hi, Tanel Ray. How are you? Big Mikey. Hello, hello. Beverly Ward Green is lead investigator on IDAHO4. I think it's Payne. Brett Payne is the lead investigator. Hey, Seabear3 says this is terrible. Dodging Bullet says people push healing way too fast. I agree. Hi, Shelly. Shelly Morgan, hello. Sully Spirit, I have missed you. Good to see you. She says, the dirty bird at work. Susan Rusco says, thank you, Daniela. Oh, I was wondering about him too. Thanks so much. What did you say, Daniela? Let me go back and look. I can't find it. I don't know that one. So, do they have a motive? Is there a motive? I gave you a few that I thought of that may be a motive. Do you feel that the U of I has a motive to want BK to be found guilty? Even if you think he is guilty or not. I'm asking you a completely different question. Do you feel the U of I has a motive? Do you feel that the U of I has a motive for BK to be found guilty? Just give me that. Born Pack Rat. Thank you. Do we have a little thingy that I can share? Thank you for gifting. There it is. And new members too. Thank you so much, Born Pack Rat, for giving away 5 memberships. And we have Beverly Ward. Thank you and welcome back. Sassy. There you go. Let's see. Deborah Martina Lewis. Welcome back. Smiling Sleuth. Welcome to 1111 True Crime. And Tammy, welcome to 1111 True Crime. Now, Born Pack Rat's going to be in the jar. You guys light it up. So, if you're new to us, and if you're old to us, even if this is your home, the name has changed so that the algorithm picks up the words true crime. Because that's what we do. So, I've got you, Born Pack Rat. Thank you, my love. Thank you for the new memberships. So, to light it up, you've got to write 1111 True Crime. All right? So, light it up so that I can get you in it. It is 1111 True Crime. There we go. Interior family, you are in the drawing. Interior, congratulations. All right, let's see who else has got this. So you've got to say at 11:11 space true with a capital T space crime with a capital C. All right. Cherish 63. Good job, Cherish 63. We have a drawing. And we've had an ice storm. So we are in frigid, like really bad temps. So what I planned to mail yesterday isn't going to get mailed for our December winters until this lifts. It's like seriously unbelievably cold. But Shelly Morgan, congratulations, you are in the drawing. So they will get mailed, and I will follow those individuals up from December. Well, I'll just put these all here. With an email with the tracking number and all that very soon. Who do we have? Kim House. Kim House. Thank you, my love. You guys, we're going to do one more. One more. Let me spin it. Shelly Morgan. Shelly Morgan. We're going to keep getting everybody in the drawing. It's filled with wonderful things. It's just beautiful items that our wonderful 1111 family sends to me. And they're either new or really good, beautiful things made by our 1111 family. And I put a whole bunch of them in a little gift box and I send it to you. So we're going to be doing that drawing on January 31st. Make sure and watch our community post for that. Now, if you are wanting to join us for our Steve Avery read-a-thon, we're going to do part 2 in about 3.5 hours or so. I'm telling you right now, I am in rubber ducky mode when I do that case. So if you don't know what that means, jump on over. You'll find out. And you don't have to know a great deal about the case because it's so blatantly obviously what is going down that you can catch up pretty quick. And we're a gentle group. If you have questions and stuff that you might feel worried that they sound silly because you're not that familiar with the case, we're a gentle crowd. We'll answer your questions, no problem. We're happy to bring awareness to anybody on that case. So, all right, you guys, you ready for that? Thank you all so incredibly much. Let's get our music going. Can I do it? There it is. I appreciate you. I truly do. And I want you to know we're gonna keep pressing where we get pressure. So if you trolls out there want to keep giving us a tip in the direction to go, bring it on. We're watching. We're watching. The more we get trolled, the more we know we've hit the nail on the head. At least that's how I feel. So, go ahead. Push the wrong button. I don't care.